Josie, did you get a chance to listen to Soccer Stupid, the podcast? And if so, what did you think of it?
You know, I want to be polite with you, and I prefer not to answer to the question because your question is really a bad question.
You're listening to a brand new episode of Soccer Stupid, the soccer podcast with Joao and Lui. Brand new. You know why I keep saying brand new? Because I want people to know that this is us in 2023, not us in 2019. When we were younger, life was simpler.
Miss those days.
Healthier, maybe.
I surely miss those days.
Surely miss those days. Yeah, I've been.
Let me go back.
For folks who were just tuning in for the first time, or and the folks who maybe already know, but just to recap, when life gets too busy, which happens to all of us, as John Lennon once said. Oh my God! I hate doing that. I knew I was going to set myself up. Like when I'm about to quote somebody, but then I completely forget the quote. God, what an ass! What a ass Joao is. What an ass. But when life, something about life being busy and whatever the hell. But anyway, we post new old episodes. We call them the lost episodes because we did have this podcast back in 2019, and we went about 2 years, about 75 episodes, and we took a break. Actually, we kind of were like, life is too busy. Oh my God, we can't do this. And then we ended it, which was, I think, a terrible mistake in retrospect.
I mean, life's still busy.
Yeah, life is still busy, but not as crazy as it was when we quit.
Yeah.
So then I think we've come to figure out how we can do it. But great, we have these, I call again, the lost episodes because they are lost. So when we kill the pod, they get the RSS feed goes away, and so those episodes are gone for everybody. But I have them downloaded, or we the podcast and the podcast producers. All right,
one producer.
we have them all saved, and so when we can't do an episode, we want to make sure you don't miss our horribly wonderful voices. And we post old episodes. And man, I've been listening to them. Woo! Cringe. To use what my kids call me, cringe. It's hard to listen. It's really hard to listen. Really, for me. For you, I was making fun of you. Like you, it's like you knew more about footy and soccer back then than you do now. I was like, hey, I want to do a podcast with Lui from 2019. How do you get that guy over here? What's the difference between Lui then and Lui now? What's the difference?
Probably that one cared. First of all, second of all,
you're the one who dragged me out of retirement. You dragged me out of retirement. I was like,
listen.
My feet are up. I'm retired. Come on, let's do the pod. Come on, let's do it.
The old Lui.
Don't tell me you don't care. I'll quit again.
Wait. The old Lui had notes, had time to actually watch the highlights and talk about the game, watch half of the game. So he was more knowledgeable in that sense. The new Lui, it's harder for him to do that, Joao. So now I base myself off, highlights.
Yeah.
I don't take notes. So I just ride the wave. And that's the new Lui, and so this guy is actually cooler than the other guy. He's more charismatic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? More charismatic.
And he's aging gracefully. So
I hope.
Yeah, I'm like a melting candle. Like I'm starting to droop. I got the chin coming in, everything. I'm only 40. I think I'm either 40 or 41. I can never. I'm starting to lose track now.
I think you're 41 because I'm 45.
Hey, you son of a bitch. I'm 40. Okay. We're all dying.
Especially you.
Yeah, no, it's true. What if this was the last pod? And that was the last thing you said to me? You feel really bad, Louie. you'd feel really bad.
I feel really bad.
You
feel really bad.
do you? Well, before we feel too bad, let's talk about footy. What do you think? Should we get into footy? One thing I loved about the old pod, I used to do this thing where let's get to the soccer, and then like
Dun,
there's
dun,
some music,
dun, dun,
yeah,
dun,
there's some music on there.
Yeah.
Maybe we should bring that back. Maybe.
Maybe we should.
It's a lot of work though. I had to like edit. I don't want to edit. I want to just you and I free flowing here. You know,
We're like rappers and hip hop people, just
Yeah,
freestyling,
freestyle.
freestyle, baby boy.
terrible rappers. That's us.
Oh yeah, that's why I have a job, because I could not put a sentence together
No,
to rhyme.
I can't put a sentence together not right like right now. Like thinking of quotes and names of players and names of teams and when they played and what the scoreline was. It's like, why do we even do this? Why? Because we love the sport and we love talking about it. We love the footy, man. But let's get into it since we love it so much. English Premier, it's wrapping up. It's wrapping up in a very entertaining manner, I think. It's looking at this point, and you must be a very happy guy. What jersey are you wearing right now? I can't tell if that's Man City or
I wish I was a little bit taller, so you can see my jersey.
Yeah, Argentina. But it's
Man City.
they're gonna win.
Man City.
They're gonna win.
Who's gonna win, Man City or Argentina?
Man City. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks good. We're playing Everton, and Arsenal's playing Brighton. Brighton actually has those. They beat Man U last week, right? That was amazing.
Told you they're like my second in the English Premier. Those guys are great with Thomas Franks.
You must like the guy that scored the goal. He's from Argentina.
I was thinking about Brentford. Never mind.
This is Brighton.
Yeah, your dude scored. And well, you know who I like on Brighton is the Japanese player who's again name I can't think of. By the way, I'm on this like crazy diet where I'm eating like one meal a day, and I'm trying to trying to slim for the summer. And I'm making fun of you. That's right. And my brain cells. I can't think of anything. Right?
I mean, if you're bad, this is worse, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, you're talking about
Mitoma is my boy on Brighton. That dude is amazing, and he's also amazingly smart. That guy wrote like when he was in college and in university, he wrote like his thesis, and I think it's published too, on the art of dribbling. I mean, come on.
Oh, really?
That's a smart.
Karu Mitoma.
Mitoma, man. He's going to be He's going to be a Man U or something next summer. Like in the summer transfers, he's leaving Brighton. He's going to be going to. Hopefully, City doesn't get him. I'll take him.
Well, I mean, I've heard Alexis McAllister. He's the Argentinian wonder who scored the PK for Brighton to win the game against Man U. He is also. They're talking about him going away from Brighton because he's having a great season. So it's crazy how when you show up and you start playing really well, it's like I feel like that the lesser teams are kind of scared, right? Like this guy is like our golden egg, and somebody's gonna steal it from us eventually because they got more money. You know, it's kind of sad because like they kind of built these players, and somebody actually enjoys the fruits of these teams making these players great. So
and I was complaining. I complained about that way back with like Lukaku on Everton, where like that guy was the man on Everton. I mean, he was like amazing. Like I knew how he was playing. He'd be snatched away, but imagine like let him stay. Look at Jamie Vardy, who maybe he's not as explosive as he was during the season where they won the league. But I mean, like he's not going anywhere. He's Leicester for life, and I like that.
He's rejected offers too, right? It's not like he hasn't gotten offers. Like he's gotten offers, and he's like, no, I want to stay true to my team, and that's amazing. That's freaking amazing.
Yeah. When he went to, I think Lukaku first went to Man U, and he was just ended up on the bench because he was just not, couldn't put it together. But I'm with you. But it's going to happen. It's inevitable. Mitoma, I'm very interested in the summer and seeing what happens with all these transfers and who's going where. Liverpool is going to be. I know, just they need a clean house there, and and kind of start from scratch. Get some players without
Get some new blood in there.
mental health issues or whatever.
Get a new manager too.
Yeah, and speaking of Liverpool, so they beat Brentford. Manager, I wasn't paying attention.
It took you a while to
I
realize.
know. I was on the next sentence. No, everybody but Klopp. Everybody but Klopp. But yeah, I mean, speaking of Liverpool, so they did win against Brentford. So Liverpool again are on their winning streak a little too late. But all of a sudden they look like themselves again. They're playing like themselves again. They're scoring like themselves again, which is really nice. But it's a little too late. So really, for me, what I'm doing is let them win. But
not late, right? I mean, you still have a chance to.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is let them win, but I need people above just to crumble. So I'm like,
and they are. Some of them are.
And you know me, like I'm a Manchester United sympathizer. Always have been because of like Rooney and the history there. But on that game against who did they play? West Ham United. Nathan Shelley's West Ham United. I was like, sorry, Rashford, you're going down. I love Rashford, but I'm like, no,
not today.
And guess what? West Ham United 1-0 over Manchester United. They score only in the 27th minute. The entire game was, West Ham was just all over them, and Man U, could not capitalize, and they could not get the 3 points. I was a very happy camper, and I often don't. Just the only other team that I root, like really the only time where I'm like rooting for somebody to lose or a team to lose this hard is like Manchester City. In every Manchester City game. Now that we're like, and this is all about Liverpool, right? So it's just like, I need these guys to lose.
You know what's interesting about you, Joao? And this reminds me of one of my other friends that you actually love very much.
You don't have any other friends.
My other friend, Gary Pena. You guys are so alike in this sense where like you guys want us to root for your team sometimes. You're like, but when it comes to my teams, you are completely against it. And you give us like the guilt trip. Like you'll give me the guilt trip like, oh, you're hating on Liverpool. And I'm like, but you're like, when it comes to Manchester City, you're completely against it. And you show, and I just stay quiet. I'm like, whatever. Because that's the same way I treat Pena. Because Pena wants me to root for his whatever teams they are, which they suck.
I don't want you to root for it. I don't want you to root. I don't want you to
No, but you're like, you kind of want a little bit. You get kind of upset when I'm like, Liverpool is going to lose. And you're like, you get, I feel like you get sensitive about it.
I don't get sensitive about it, but you've gone from like, Liverpool is pretty good. I really like them a lot. To like, the more that I like them, you're like, that's what I'm saying about you and me. The rivalry is real. It's a two-way street. You've definitely gone down to like, I hate everything Liverpool related.
Oh, that was back then. Like, wasn't I rooting for? Yeah, I was rooting for them when they played Arsenal. So there's still a little bit of love in there.
There it is.
Very little. There's a little bit of fire in there. Yeah. A little bit of fire. Yeah. Anyways, keep talking about your Liverpool.
No, I'm done. I was there was in me where I was going, I just at least won Europa. It would be nice to see him get him a little bit in Europa. But now I'm like, okay, Man U's losing, Tot's losing, so they might not bounce back up. And maybe we can actually get into the Champions League. So
greedy, aren't you greedy?
I'm like, I'm greedy and I'm hungry. I'm starving.
So
goddamn diet. But yeah, I mean, I think it's possible. So you're looking at Liverpool and 62 points. I mean, look at that area between the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th.
Insane. Yeah.
So,
they're all
forget 7. You have Tottenham they're at 57 points.
57, yeah.
Liverpool is 62, 63 is Man U. So I'm 1 point behind Man U.
Yeah.
I just need those guys to lose when they play. Shotomoto kudasai. They're playing this.
By the way, you're 20 points down from Man City. Just FYI.
I told you, you son of a man. They play Wolves. So I need Wolves to just
Wolves
coming in hot.
Come on, you're the giant killer.
Yeah.
Go kill Liverpool. Destroy them.
Hey, don't take your aggressions out on me, okay? Don't your stress. Yeah, all right.
I'm taking it out on Liverpool over here, man. Not you.
You can. But yeah, it's like, it's exciting. It's exciting. The top of the table is exciting. We have no idea what's going to happen. You guys are only a 1 point fight. It's like back in the Liverpool, Man City days too, where you beat Liverpool by 1 point. And I think you might have more games. So I mean, Arsenal really.
We're actually
I mean,
4
could they
points if
win?
we were to win. Huh?
Does the math work for them to even win, or
They could.
Would City have to lose?
City would have to lose a game and lose another game because we're four. We're like 4 points up right now because we're 1 game behind. So if we were to win the next one, we're gonna be. If we were to win the next one, we'll be 85, 81. So we're 4 points up. So we can afford a loss, but we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if Man City were to lose 2 games, then or maybe even lose 1 game and tie 1 game, then Arsenal has a chance. But let's hope that doesn't happen, Joao. Let's hope. Okay, let's hope for the best.
I mean, they play Everton, which is like Everton's about to relegate. They had a phenomenal game. Oh my God, who was it with? This past weekend. I don't know if you caught that at all, but just
Brighton. They play Brighton.
That's right. Just as exciting as the top of the table. Watching the relegation on the bottom.
So exciting!
It's very exciting because these guys, they're playing for their lives and their livelihoods. Oh my God! I mean, this is like, I love it. This is high stakes.
It's money. It's money, right? You relegate, you lose money.
Yeah.
So they want to keep the cash with them. So it's crazy, man. That's why I love soccer, because first the top team wins the whole thing, but like the last teams also have to fight in order for them to keep like in the Premier for the following season. So it's crazy.
And Everton wanted it. I mean, like again, if they lost this, they would have surely relegated this year, I think. But I mean, they had 5. It was 5-1 over Brighton. I mean, which Brighton typically is very tactical, and they seem to be able to hit the back of the net. Everton does not. They have I mean, if you look at the bottom of the table, how many goals Everton has scored in the year? Goals for. They have like 31 goals. To give you some perspective, Man City has 89. So it's like, so it just kind of tells you like, okay, well, this team, they were fighting for their lives, and it was really nice to see them go, and then they pop back up to the seventh spot. I'm sorry, 17th spot. So Leicester leads, and they're not out of trouble here. I mean, if you look at the bottom 4, 32 points, 30, and then 2 are tied at 30. One's at 24 points.
Same.
I mean, Southampton's gone. Leicester leads, maybe, who knows? And Everton, I mean, Forest played a wonderful game and got them out, popped them up to the 16th spot. But I don't know. It's you can't tell. Like, you don't know at this point, and it's just like I'm watching every one of those games. I don't know. Who do you think? Who do you think is out? Who's gone?
It's hard for me to tell who's. I mean, you kind of stay with the teams that you know, right? Like we're used to like Everton being in the Premier. LC also they tend to like stick around in the Premier. I don't know about the Leeds. I mean, Leeds finally made it. 2 years now.
Yep.
But they've been a relegation kind of a team. Southampton's also been in the Premier. I don't know about Nottingham Forest. Like that's a team that I don't hear much about.
They were just promoted this season.
Okay. Yeah. And they look good. 33 points
with Brighton and Brentford.
So it's really hard to tell, dude. Like I couldn't give you a good answer for who's gonna be in the Premier next year. But good luck to them. Good luck to whoever makes it, and sorry for the ones that don't. Try harder next year.
Write a song
next season.
Write a poem for whoever.
A sad poem.
A sad poem.
The saddest poem.
And you can use ChatGPT if you want. I'd be okay with that. But as long as you read it heartfelt, without tears coming down your eyes, the size of pineapple chunks.
Possible.
A lot going on in EPL. A lot of games coming up. Oh my God! So like this weekend we have. What do we got going here? We got Manchester United versus Wolverhampton. Oh, I can't even talk. This diet is killing me. Let's just call them Wolves.
Wolves.
That's gonna be insane. Tottenham versus Aston Villa. I'll see what happens there. Leeds has to beat Newcastle. You got Liverpool versus Brighton. I mean, I'm sorry, Arsenal versus Brighton. Arsenal has to win, has to win, has to win. Everton, you're about to relegate Everton on Manchester City versus Everton.
We'll push them a little closer to the edge or the cliff. We'll give them a little nudge.
Haaland's going to score like 9 goals on him, that beast. And then Liverpool, Leicester. So we could be, helping Leicester relegate or lose. We'll see. But we gotta win. We gotta win. Oh
No, you don't. No, you don't have to win.
I need some winning this year. Give me some winning. Let's go. Let's pop into some other stuff that's also incredibly exciting. UEFA Champions League. You got in the semi goddamn finals, Real Madrid versus Manchester City. Here it is, your team in the semifinals. The other teams are Milan versus Internazionale. So I mean, you got a lot of big players. Who's going to win? You got basically leg 2 is starting over, right? So they tied. It was a 1-1 game, right? You got Vinny Jr. did his little dance at 36 minutes in, right? Went to the second half, and then what did I say in the text? I said, "Effing De Bruyne," or "Stupid De Bruyne." Scores.
That language.
The 67th minute. So it's 1-1.
That was an amazing goal. I mean, both goals were amazing.
For me, this is hard because I know, like, I obviously hate City, but like I also acknowledge that they're just unstoppable. I mean, you got Haaland up front, who's an absolute beast, and you have the precision king De Bruyne, and of course you got Grealish, Cabbage Calves, who has been making waves throughout the season. I mean, you got anybody can score. You got the German dude whose name I can't think of right now because my brain is mush.
Gundogan, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Gundogan.
I call him
cool.
Good again.
Good again.
You're
good again?
Good.
I'm glad you're good again.
But I mean, like, you guys are destroying it. But then at the same time, you got, a hat trick Benzema on the Real. You got Vinny Jr. As much as you hate Brazilians,
I don't hate Brazilians.
Beautiful goals.
I hate you, but not Brazilians.
Oh, okay, got it.
Have you ever seen Brazilian?
We clear the air.
Have you ever seen Brazilian women? Like some of the women you guys have. I don't hate them.
But no comment.
I don't hate them.
I'm a happily married man.
I'm glad you are.
Yes. That was insensitive.
That was insensitive.
But nobody on the spot. But too many inside jokes here. What are you doing? This is a podcast for the people.
This is a serious podcast. What are you talking about here?
But I mean, like, tell me something here. Give me something. Like,
okay.
I mean, are you walking into leg 2 like Man City's got this thing?
Well, Joao, this was a big game for Manchester City, and I'll tell you what. First of all, because they weren't playing at home, they were playing in Real Madrid, and in Santiago Bernabeu, and it's almost right. like when Real Madrid scored the first goal in the 36th minute.
Yep.
I was a little scared. I was like, okay, so it's reverting back to what Real Madrid does in the UEFA. They're taking charge. They even though Man City had possession of the ball. I mean, at the end, we ended up being 56%, and then Madrid 44%. So it tells you that Manchester City was actually controlling the game from the beginning, and it only takes one counterattack for Real Madrid to score, and that's what happened. Vinny Jr. happened to score that beautiful goal. I mean, you see, the goalie, I forget, Edison, like stretching himself to that thing was perfectly in the corner where no one could catch it.
Oh yeah.
So of course I got a little bit worried about again this is gonna happen again. But then when Man City scored in the 67th minute, beautiful goal too, like right in the corner, low, like there's no way what's his name could catch it. I can't think of his name right now. Courtois, and so. It gave me it gave me hope. It gave me hope because now we're playing in Real Madrid, and we're playing away. So now we get to go home with our crowd, with our fans, and so we dominated the game. So that lets me know that when we go to Man City, it's gonna be even better for them, right? They're gonna be more ready for Real, and this is it. Like, so the confidence up for them, momentum is for them. So I feel like this is our year, Joao. Yeah, I feel like we are going to take Real Madrid out. I don't care if it's a 2-1 score, or meaning like if you do 2 legs and add them up 2-1 or whatever. But we're taking this game, and we are going to be champions of the UEFA. Because I'm not trying to disrespect anyone, because I know there's.
I'm happy. I'm happy for you. I like this confidence. I like how careful.
I was gonna say no. I'm saying like in the other side there's Milan versus Internacional, and that was kind of a weird outcome because I thought Milan was the better team, but they have a couple of players that weren't playing. Like Zlatan wasn't playing. Lukaku didn't play.
Yeah.
Lukaku came at the end, I think, and they have another star that I can think of that didn't play as well. So Internacional, I mean, for them to make it to the finals, that would be insane because they're up 2-0. But the next game is going to be played, if not mistaken, is going to be playing in Milan, right?
Yep.
San Siro. So I think that's Milan.
And Lukaku wasn't playing, but Giroud was. So
Giroud was playing, and I'm surprised these guys are still making noise because they're older. Lukaku.
Yeah. Well, it's like us. We're old. We're older.
Zlatan.
We're making noise here. Look at us.
Yeah.
See, I'm interested. I'm interested in how this is going to go. I love it. I love it, and all this big stuff is like wrapping up. So, but once it all wraps up, I mean, like the league is wrapping up, right? So I think it ends on the 28th of May, at least for English Premier. I'm not sure what Liga does, but usually it's in parallel.
It's like a 2 weeks after or a week after.
Yeah, somewhere in there. But then it really, and I don't have the date in front of me, and I don't want to look forever. But right after that, though, you don't forget we got that FA Cup final, the Manchester Derby that's coming up. So if you don't,
Manchester United is looking weak right now.
Have
you noticed that?
Well, this is what I was going to say. That if you don't win the Champions League, and again, don't forget, Real Madrid loves champion. I mean, this is
we're gonna win it, dude. Relax. If you don't win, you're trying to be nice. You're trying to be nice about it.
I'm trying to be nice about it. I'm trying to be nice. I'm
I remember when
some love. I'm some love here. I'm just saying, you have the FA Cup.
I just don't trust you, Joao. I'm jaded by you, man.
But you have the FA Cup. That's all.
We would rather win the UEFA, Joao. That's the one that we want.
I know. What if like you guys lose Champions League and then
don't say that.
So sad. They're so sad. They're like, I don't even want the FA Cup, and they give it to Man U. What if? That I'm winning this year.
Wishful thinking over there. But whatever,
Absolutely. There was some Europa action as well. I wasn't prepared to talk about it, but Juventus and Sevilla. And Sevilla, wow.
Sevilla, dude.
I've been watching them lately, even in La Liga, and and I've been watching them in the Europa. Like they're really surprisingly really good. I didn't know much about them, but they're incredible.
It's amazing how far apart Real Madrid and Barcelona are from these teams, because these teams are good, and they're probably if they were to be in a different league in a different country, they actually might be contenders. But I know
it
happens.
We'll see. Man, the whistle, I can feel it. It's about to go off soon. And then Roma, aka
your boy
Jose Mourinho's club, beat Bayer Leverkusen. Rob's gonna have to tell me how to pronounce that. And that was great. I sent you a message. I was like, I'm just so happy. I don't know why. I'm like the only Jose Mourinho supporter in the world. I love the drama, man. Bring me the drama. Bring him back to English Premier. Come on.
He's not good enough. He's not good enough for English Premier anymore.
No, they don't. Yeah, they're all mad at him because he's
he keeps burning bridges, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He already did he already like coached half of the English Premier teams, dude. Yeah. Come on.
He's an absolute.
That's no respect, bro.
Absolute maniac. And then exciting for us. And I mean, are we ready for MLS? And
MLS.
Here, let me change. I got my Liverpool scarf on. Let me change.
Let me change my hat.
Yeah, let me change everything here. Let me get my LAFC scarf on here. Hold on. There we go. Old man noises. Anytime I got to move, there you go. Protect the bank, which is no longer the bank. It's BMO Stadium. But whatever, whatever. I'm not gonna hate. That I spent money on a scarf and it doesn't exist anymore. I'm okay. But
It's just money. It's just money.
it's just money. It's all right.
It doesn't hurt.
But these guys are in the final. If you don't know about it, it's the CONCACAF Champions League. So this is actually very exciting. And they're going to be playing Lyon, right? And the Mex League is there a Mex League? Mex League? Mex League?
Yeah, they're playing.
And they're playing
Lyon June 4th. June 4th
at BMO Stadium. I would
Are we
look
going
at
to the game?
well, I haven't even looked at it, but I'm sure the tickets are going to be like
May 31st.
$400.
That's a Wednesday.
oh.
That's a Wednesday, Joe. Actually, we're working.
All right, let's think about it. Let's think about it.
Yeah.
What month is it? Because we're doing a dry thing until
May.
I'm not
Sorry,
dropping.
dude.
I'm not dropping
Actually, you know what,
$300 on a dry game.
Wait. Is the championship is also 2 legs? They're doing like one in LAFC and one in Leon. That doesn't make
No,
sense.
I don't think so. I think it's just the final.
That's what I'm looking at right now. No, I'm looking at it right now.
Hell?
Like if you type in LAFC and then you look at the schedule, it says CONCACAF Champions League final leg 1 of 2, May 31st,
Wow.
and then CONCACAF Championship League final leg 2 of 2. That's insane, dude.
That's weird.
That's insane.
A double final.
But
double the money.
Double the money.
Yeah, I mean they should have like
weird.
followed like the UEFA, and, one game. Why do you need to?
CONCACAF, baby. We do it differently over here.
Yeah, we want. Yeah, they want to milk. They want to milk. They want to milk us.
We like to milk it. We like
They want to milk our pockets.
Yeah, we
Our
exactly.
wallets.
Leagues, they like to have postseasons. Who made the postseason over here? But it is exciting when your team's in the final and you win, like last time. Yeah, man. Oh, did you hear that? The fat lady blew the whistle. This pod is over, my friend. This pod is in the can. Over. Any last words you want to throw and lay out on us?
Well, I mean, you just mentioned that we're doing dry months. We're doing May and June, and I've been drinking this guy right here, man. This is
Topo Chico.
Like avocados.
Topo.
The commercial goes avocados from Mexico.
Oh,
this is
Topo
Chicos from Mexico. So this is actually a Mexican drink, and it's actually pretty good, bro.
Oh yeah,
Costco.
It almost sounds like Japanese. Topo Chico. Hi.
Topo Chico.
Watashi wa totemo chico desu ne. That's me. Like that's like me using my Japanese that I knew and when I was studying it in like 20 years ago, and then making up stuff. So if I offended anybody, I love the Japanese language, and I'm just really bad at it.
And he's apologizing
and I fake it till I make it. And that's what I do. Yeah. This dry thing is going to be interesting. I'm down 10 pounds.
Good for you, man. 10 pounds.
Yeah,
wow.
10 pounds.
That's pretty amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's what alcohol does to you, man. Alcohol
all on my face.
You. Yeah. All on your face. I think all your ego, huh?
My gut's right here. My gut's still here. But 10 pounds in the back. Can you imagine like 10 pounds on my face?
You look like this, like
I'm somebody out there with 10 pounds to lose on their face. It's always great having a pod with you, man. I don't like the jersey, but I like the person. Stay safe, my friend.
And I like the scarf, but not the person.
Thanks.
Just a
Thanks. All right, brother. See you in the next one.
All right, man. Peace. Adios, amigo.
See you, brother.
Bye.
It's a stretch, and it's in! Oh, it's Boston for the last time!